This video is intended to provide a brief summary of some of the more common defects and causes of DMC issues that we sometimes find in our properties. DMC is a term we use to refer to damp, mold and condensation issues present in a home. They can result in mold and mildew growth and can cause damage to structural timberwork if left untreated. It is therefore important that you inform TUA Housing once you become aware that you might have a problem of DMC in your home, so that we can investigate the cause and carry out any necessary repair works. There are two main causes of mold growth in a property, with problems typically being as a result of either excessive condensation formation or through water ingress through the building structure. Dampness caused by condensation can allow mold and mildew to grow on the internal walls of a building or on clothes or furniture, and naturally cause concern to residents. Direct water ingress is the second common cause of DMC issues and is typically the result of either defects in the structure of the building or the lack of maintenance, which can allow water to enter a property. In order for TUA Housing to address issues of DMC, it is important that we understand the root cause of the problem, and this can often involve the need for our technical staff to carry out property inspections and even install environmental sensors to help us identify the true cause of the problems. Unfortunately, the root cause of the problem may not always be easy to identify or to fix once the cause is known. On occasion, for example where water ingress is through the structure of a property that is the responsibility of another party, TUA Housing may be limited in what repairs we can carry out. We acknowledge that DMC is our problem to fix, and we will attempt to keep all our properties free from issues of mold growth in the home. To assist us, there are some actions that residents can take that will also help reduce the impact of DMC in your home. It is recognized that occupants can be reluctant to turn heating on due to the cost of electricity, gas, and oil. However, it is essential that heating is maintained in occupied properties to reduce the relative humidity and maintain surface temperatures at a level that limits condensation occurring. Typically, heating systems are set up to come on and off at certain times, with the thermostat used to set the required temperature. This will allow the system to operate most effectively. Modern heating systems can be complicated to operate, and the heat pumps now commonly installed in properties should not be turned on and off, and instead should be left on and the thermostat set to the required temperature. You would have received an explanation of how the heating system in your home operates when you first moved in, but if you have any doubts on how to use your heating system effectively, then please contact TUA Housing and we will happily advise you. Removal of the moist air that causes condensation is also important, and modern bathroom extract fans have isolator switches typically located outside the bathroom. It is vital that these switches are not turned off at the isolator switch and should run for a period of 15 minutes once the light is turned off. Even when a room is correctly ventilated, fixtures and fittings in a room can restrict natural airflow and circulation. This can occur behind heavy curtains, furniture such as bookcases, or around large stored items, and this may cause mold to form to the inside of external walls. If you are having these issues, consider relocating furniture against internal walls, installing blinds, and reducing the amount of stored items to allow air circulation. The drying of clothes in properties adds significantly to the humidity, and it is recommended to use a clothes dryer vented externally, or a condensing clothes dryer to dry clothes. Ideally, clothes should be dried outside, but naturally this isn't always possible. It is not uncommon to find that some wall vents have been blocked or sealed. This reduces the amount of warm moist air that leaves a building and increases the risk of condensation. Wall vents should be kept open and clear to prevent moisture forming inside the room. Careful consideration should be given to how much is stored in an attic, as poor ventilation in the roof space can also lead to DMC issues. If DMC issues are identified in a property, notify the Property Services Department and we will arrange for an inspection to be carried out and undertake further investigations and repairs as necessary. In the meantime, there are a number of simple tips you can follow to reduce the risk of mold, whilst we identify the main cause of the problem. 1. Turn on the kitchen extract fan when cooking. 2. Ensure the extract fan in bathrooms are on. 3. Open windows in bedrooms in the morning and in kitchens and bathrooms after washing and cooking to purge warm moist air from the building. 4. When running a bath, consider pouring the cold water first, then the hot water to reduce the amount of steam produced. 5. Keep wall vents and window vents open. 6. Move furniture away from external walls and place against internal walls. 7. Consider replacing heavy curtains for blinds. 8. Dry clothes outside, or use a condensing dryer, or use a dryer vented externally to dry clothes. 9. Use your heating system to maintain a warm temperature in the building. We are proactively addressing DMC-related issues by undertaking a program of condition surveys, investigations, and remediation works. If you notice any damp or mold problems in your property, please contact your local office or log a repair online. We will then arrange access at a suitable time for the residents to complete a survey to identify the extent of the issue. We will then action any repairs or further investigations required.